Long time no see. I miss you.
Welcome to MsMojo. With the end of their military enlistments coming up fast, today we're catching up with all 7 members of BTS as we look back at their accomplishments these last few years. Because together or apart, these guys are always giving ARMY a reason to celebrate.
Make some noise!
June 13th is a special day for BTS and for ARMY. The anniversary of the group's debut is marked every year with an event called Festa, and always features performances and video events to celebrate the occasion. But in 2022, the tone was more bittersweet, as BTS delivered the announcement that ARMY had been dreading.
그게 또 필요한 시점인 것 같기도 하고 뭔가 챕터 2를 방탄소년단의 챕터 2로 가기에 굉장히 어떻게 보면은 중요한 부분이 아닌가라는 생각이 들어가지고
Suffering from burnout, the members explained that they were taking a group break to explore themselves as individuals before starting the mandatory military service required of all South Korean men. Sad as fans were to see the group separate for a minimum of 3 years, we knew it was the best thing for them as artists and as people. And it's not as though they cut us off cold turkey. Far from it. All 7 members have kept busy in the interim with a steady stream of personal projects. Today, we'll check in with each of the Bangtan boys and see what's kept them running these last few years.
Things get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. 앞으로 둘. 고개리, 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 달리자, roar!
RM. As both leader and one of the primary creative forces behind BTS, RM has been an integral part of the group's ability to evolve over the years. However, prior to the group's hiatus, he admitted to feeling stifled by the constraints of the K-pop machine. No wonder then that his solo projects would be as layered, artistic, and diverse as RM himself.
It's about the Korean painter Yoon Hyung-gun that I have the biggest respect art industry, and he was always saying that you should firstly be a human before you do some art or do something. So the song is inspired by his lifelong message.
Released in December of 2022, Indigo marked his first full-length studio release. It would eventually become Billboard's highest charting album by a Korean soloist to that point in time. Indigo could best be called experimental hip-hop, but even that seems too limited. Described by RM as a diary of 2019 to 2022, the collab-heavy album freely follows his creative impulses across the 10 tracks.
It's a cruel world, but it's gonna be my part. Cause true beauty is a true sadness. Now you can feel my madness.
Songs range from dreamy to discordant, from indie minimalism to sweeping soundscapes, from retro grooves to rock-inspired hooks. No two belong in the same genre. With a lesser musician, it might devolve into chaos, but RM weaves it all into an intriguing portrait of a true artist, linking all the pieces with his singular gift for self-expression, be it in the raw confessional style of Lonely or the powerful poetry of Wildflower. You'd think that would be enough of a statement to tide everyone over until his return from the military, but 5 months after his December 2023 enlistment, RM released another solo project in May of 2024.
Try not to be that something in this city. Come back to me.
If Indigo was a diary, then the album titled Right Place, Wrong Person is a roadmap. It continued RM's study of exploration, both musically and internally, coming out as something that feels totally original. The songs also delve into a spectrum of styles, influences, and moods from melancholy to confrontational. But there is a deconstructed quality and a witty sort of dark irony that acts as an album through line. Ultimately, Right Place, Wrong Person would appear on the 2024 Best Of lists for numerous outlets. After hearing about his struggles pre-hiatus, it's exciting to see RM's big creative swings paying off the way they have been. We weren't exactly expecting the military to make a saxophonist out of him, but we look forward to seeing how that plays into his future work. Jin. BTS's eldest member was also the first to ship off for the military, enlisting in December of 2022. However, as a going-away gift for fans, he released his debut solo single, The Astronaut, in October of that same year. The song made waves on various charts and also netted Jin his first solo appearance on Billboard with a debut at number 51. He got the opportunity to perform it live when he joined his co-writers, Coldplay, on stage at their tour stop in Argentina. He also continued to explore his victual interests, learning how to make traditional alcohol with brewer Pak Rock Dam and chef Baekjong Wong in a web show called Drunken Truth, while bringing his own unique touch to the process, of course.
There is no one else. I feel this way I never felt. 노래 들었으니까 맛있게 익어야 된다.
Following his discharge in June of 2024, Jin hit the ground running, well, walking briskly anyway. He served as one of South Korea's torchbearers at the 2024 Olympics.
그 비행기 타면서부터 계속 드는 생각은 진짜 사실 제가 이런 거 할 사람이 아니잖아요. 뭐 제가 뭐 운동선수도 아니고 뭐 진짜 나라를 대표하는 그런 사람도 아니고 근데 어쨌든 이 성화봉송을 할 수 있게 만들어준 분들이 우리 팬분 아미 여러분들이니까 정말 너무 감사하다고 얘기를 하고 싶었어요.
From the sublime to the absurd, Jin has also returned to our screens in the variety show format he always excels in. He recently starred in the Netflix reality show Kian's Bizarre B&B, and he's been helping to fill the Run BTS-shaped hole in ARMY's viewing schedule with a spin-off entitled Run Jin, where he gets up to all kinds of hijinks for our amusement, both alone and with noteworthy guests. He made his musical comeback in October of 2024 with the single I'll Be There, ahead of the release of his first mini-album in November. Accurately called Happy, the 6 tracks gave fans plenty to smile about, with a mix of emotive ballads and upbeat bops that ushered in Jin's rockstar era.
I swear that I will always sing for you.
The EP Echo marked another comeback in May 2025, alongside plans for Jin's first world tour. Suga. In a group full of habitually hard workers, it sometimes seems like no one works harder than Suga. Not only is he a major producer and songwriter for BTS, but he has frequently lent his talents to other artists, both behind the scenes and through featured collaborations. He would continue that in a 2023 release with Halsey for the video game Diablo 4.
I get too caught up in a moment. I can't call it love if I show it.
It wasn't the first time his track record of supporting other artists had come to the forefront. In December 2022, Suga had launched his web series, Suchita, showing off his skill as an interviewer in comfortable, free-flowing conversations with his famous guests. Meanwhile, out of the public eye, he was focusing his energy on self-development.
진짜 나 이렇게 열심히
내가 랩 하는 거 말해줄까?
뭐야 맞는 엔터테인먼트
영어, 일본어, 기타, 건반, 화성악,
아니 저게 다 된다고?
춤,
필라테스
필라테스.
내일 피부과 가더만
화성악 어떻게 아냐?
We're tired just hearing about his schedule, but for Suga, this process of growing his skills was an important step in revitalizing him artistically. And boy, did it.
이 노래는 지금 올라타봐 지금 복잡되는 리듬 어쩌면 또 다른 지금
In April of 2023, Suga's album D-Day hit like a tidal wave. Though it was his first full-length studio project, it was also the third entry in the chronology of his alter ego, August D. Having spent the previous 2 mixtapes wrestling with identity as his notoriety grew, in D-Day, Suga meditates on social issues and themes of freedom, while reconciling his various personas into a single self-image. The production is first class, as Suga pulls from sources as diverse as traditional Korean instruments, alternative rock riffs, and Ryuichi Sakamoto piano features. The lyrics are complex, analytical, and sometimes nakedly vulnerable in a way a younger Augusty wouldn't have been ready for.
널 성공은 목줄이자 족쇄가 될 거고 더 외줄 타는 기분들이 너를 억제할 거야 그냥 크게 웃어줘 세상이 떠나가듯 그냥 버텨줘 당신이 어디 있든.
Debuting to substantial popular and critical acclaim, D-Day would get a well-deserved victory lap when Suga embarked on his first solo world tour between April and August of 2023. By the end, the culmination of his long journey and the enthusiastic support of his work got even the consummately unflappable Suga welling up with emotion. J-Hope. The sunshine of BTS is known for his energy, so it wasn't surprising that he was the first member to release a solo album. But when Jack in the Box dropped in July of 2022, ARMYs were not prepared. Dark, edgy, and aggressive, Jack in the Box existed in another universe to the bright, vibey mixtape HYBE World. The album brims with old-school swagger and rockstar attitude, showing a totally different side to J-Hope. And it works. Both Rolling Stone and NME would include Jack in the Box in their end-of-year rankings for Best Albums of 2022, and the songs themselves got a rave reception from the Lollapalooza crowds when J-Hope took the stage as the first South Korean solo artist to headline a US festival. J-Hope would also go back to his roots in street dance with a mini-series called Hope on the Street, exploring his own past while traveling around the world to learn from other dancers. It was released in March 2024 while he was in the midst of his military service, alongside a mini-album and a promotional collaboration with J. Cole.
Every time I live, every time I hope, it's always for us.
Following his discharge in October of 2024, HYBE took a much-earned breather before diving back into the idol life. His first post-military performance was at the request of French First Lady, Brigitte Macron, for the charity Le Gala des Pièces Jaunes in January of 2025. In the subsequent months, he kicked off a world tour and released several singles, switching things up again with a softer R&B sound. He is slated to return to the lights of Lollapalooza as a headliner at the Berlin Festival in July 2025.
This kind of love I guarantee for life. Dreams gonna be sweet tonight.
Jimin. Rather than plunging headfirst into solo work, Jimin eased his way in. He duetted with 101's Sungwoon on an OST for the drama Our Blues, before co-writing and featuring on HYBE with Taeyang of Big Bang fame. The song was aptly named and proved to be a great warm-up for Jimin's big solo release in March of 2023. This was where he proved he was ready for the deep end. Written in response to Jimin's emotional struggles during the 2020 pandemic, the songs on the album titled Face explore the nuances of loneliness and struggle for self-acceptance. ARMYs know that the latter is a battle Jimin has fought for a long time, and that he has grappled with body image in the past. So as gratifying as it was to see Face topping charts and smashing records from day one, it made us especially proud to see Jimin embrace himself through his work. Like the other members, Jimin had material ready to tide us over following his December 2023 enlistment. In July of 2024, a second album called Muse was released. The single Who debuted at the top of both the Billboard Global 200 and the global exclusive US chart, which was the first time one of his songs had achieved the feat. later that summer, we also got a fun throwback to the days of Bon Voyage when Disney Plus released the travel series Are You Sure, featuring Jimin and Jungkook's wholesomely chaotic escapades.
아 힘들다. 정국아 어디까지 갔다 돌아갈래? 갔어? 이제 가가?
V. If there's one member who knows how to get ARMY begging for solo music, it's V. For years, he has teased us with snippets of songs, most of which we're still hoping to hear recorded someday. A Million Stars, anyone? What can we say? RV is a perfectionist, and while he was continuing to refine his music, he had plenty to keep him busy. His first hiatus projects were for TV. In July 2022, he and his Wooga Squad friends filmed their 4-day trip for the Disney Plus series In the Soup Friendcation. Then in February 2023, he joined the reality show Ginny's Kitchen as the restaurant intern, allowing the world to see more of his silly, infectious personality.
오야 꽃이에요 꽃이에요
못해요.
꽃이에요 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 꽃이에요
In a tonal 180, V appeared in the music video for IU's Love Wins All in 2024. Do we want to see it developed as a full-length drama series? Yes, we do. Will it wreck us emotionally? Also yes. In September 2023, V finally released a solo album called Layover. Infused with old-school jazz, R&B, and soul, it stood out for its dreamy, lo-fi mood while also being the perfect showcase for V's expressive voice. Layover would go on to hit major streaming numbers, eventually tying V with his groupmates Jin and Suga for the title of highest charting Korean solo artist in Billboard history. His mid-enlistment release came in March of 2024 in the form of the digital single Friends. With a beat made for swaying, it's a great listen on its own, but we loved seeing V's sense of humor shine in the accompanying music video.
Now I'm over pretending, so let's put the
Jungkook. BTS's golden maknae can't help but live up to his nickname. His solo activities have taken him to stages all over the world, and he's rocked them all.
You want we grab me, champagne confetti. I wanna see it in motion, in 3D.
He was typically fast off the block, releasing a collaboration with Charlie Puth in late June of 2022. Then in November, he became the first Korean artist to provide an official theme for the FIFA World Cup with his song Dreamers.
We are the dreamers, we make it happen, cause we believe it.
Jungkook kicked off 2023 becoming a brand ambassador for Calvin Klein in March, which certainly turned heads. But it was the July release of his official debut solo single 7 that got people gagging, especially when they heard the uncensored version, which we can't share here.
Every hour, every minute, every second, you know, night after night, I'll be loving you right 7 days a week.
With 7, Jungkook racked up a slew of impressive records and accolades, including an MTV VMA win for Song of the Summer. In September, he would go on to headline the Global Citizen Festival in New York. Finally, in November 2023, Golden was released.
Standing next to you, standing in the fire next to you.
The 11-track album is a pop fan's dream, filled end-to-end with earworms. But the thematic arc from first attraction to eventual heartbreak shows a sophisticated sensibility underneath the smooth production. It was also a commercial smash hit, acting as a shining cherry on top of a truly golden 2023 for Jungkook. If there was any doubt he was born for pop star glory, his solo successes should have swept it all away.
When you feel like DNA, someday can take away. Hey, take, go.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Yet to come. So what's ahead for BTS? It's not uncommon for K-pop groups to fade out after military enlistment, But when our guys left, it was with a promise to ARMY that they would be back as OT7. And they've yet to make us a promise they didn't keep.
빠르게 뭔가 모여서 다 같이 이야기를 하면서 BTS가 앞으로 할 수 있는 음악은 무엇일까를 이야기를 할 것 같고요. 결국은 굉장히 큰 이 에너지가 표출이 되지 않을까.
After 3 years and a lot of personal and artistic growth from each member, it's inevitable that the group will reunite with a different perspective. But that's also a pretty exciting prospect, given how well BTS has always been able to organically evolve.
Dream and hope and going forward so about it 긴 원을 돌아 결국 또 제자리 back to one.
Refreshingly for the K-pop industry, their parent company HYBE seems willing to give them a beat to navigate the start of their next chapter. So it may still be a little bit before we've got new BTS music filling up our playlists. But we can be patient. After all, we know whatever's coming, it will be worth the wait. What BTS solo project was your hiatus life raft? Let us know in the comments.
I tried 1,000,000 times to let you go. So many memories are on the floor.